But see, when Ali Carter came back and, also addressed it.
Jaguar Wright isn't letting up on the industry, y'all, because she just shook the internet again after she revealed the identity of the person who hunted down Ali Carter and tried to take her life. Not too long ago, they tried to take Jaguar and KattWilliams out, and after those two unsuccessful attempts, they're now turning their attention to Ali Carter since she's been making a lot of noise recently. Now, I know most of y'all think Diddy is the one trying to take Ali out, but it's actually not him, and the real identity of the one doing this will shock you. Ali claims she's been hunted down like an animal, stalked, and even attacked in her own house. Ali has been on the industry's neck for a hot minute now, and she's been revealing all the demonic things they've been doing, specifically to children. In fact, just a few days ago, she went on a heated IG Live to reveal how some powerful people in the industry, aka Diddy's associates, have allegedly been stealing kids and forcing them to have intercourse with horses and dogs while they record and touch themselves for satisfaction. She also said these poor kids were allegedly hanged in metal chains and satanic rituals would be performed on them. Ali didn't specify where exactly these rituals were happening, but she said she witnessed all these things herself while working in the industry. And most of these kids didn't make it out alive. And the few ones who did definitely didn't come out the same as before.
But right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs raise them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual abuse meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of trafficking. Like the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing in trafficking, and what makes it so strong. What, you know that they're drinking children's blood, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their blood strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is.
And in case you're wondering whose kids were being used for this mess and why no missing kids have been reported, well, it's because most of them were shipped into the United States from poor third world countries. If y'all remember, one of the charges Diddy was arrested on was human trafficking. Most people also think he was making them freak off, but allegedly these bizarre rituals were part of it too. And if you think all that was crazy, wait till you hear the other crazy things Ali has had to see in the industry and what she had to say about it. Not too long ago, she also spilled major tea about how Diddy used to allegedly have these wild freak-offs where he brought in underage boys and girls. But get this, y'all, the boys actually had a harder time than the girls because apparently they weren't allowed to eat anything until the freak-off was over. The reason they weren't allowed to eat was because Diddy didn't want them throwing up or having to douche while they were getting bent over by his associates. But here's the thing though, y'all. Some of his associates allegedly had a douche fetish, so these associates would handpick a few boys, and these boys would be made to do things that would cause them to have some kind of diarrhea so that they would end up pooing during the freak-offs. And as if that wasn't bad enough, they would make these boys lay in their poo and record it.
Watching an episode called Pig Night, when I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing sex, you will shit everywhere.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your pimps will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you on someone, you will have to lay in it. Celebrities that are a constant visit.
Unfortunately for Allie, the industry has been watching her closely, and they don't like how she's been exposing them. So they've been hunting her down like an animal these past few weeks to take her life. And now she wants everyone to know that. So if she winds up dead one of these days, we know exactly who did it to her and why they did it. She also recently did an IG live to reveal how the industry almost took her life with poison. She showed us a video of what her home looked like after some of the goons broke into it. Luckily for her, she wasn't home when they came there, so they weren't able to attack her. However, they definitely left a mess for her to know they were there. She said she's more scared for the people in her life because they didn't sign up for this, and that their life is in danger just as much as hers. She even went as far as name dropping some of the people who she believed were behind the attack, and according to her, these people leaked her address and paid goons to come after her.
You get pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that fucking mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marks, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other. So here you go. You can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that's bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
Once Allie spilled all this tea, the first person people brought up was Jaguar Wright, because just like Allie, she has also been exposing the industry. And just like Allie, she was also hunted down like an animal and almost lost her life just for speaking the truth. Fortunately, they didn't get her, but they still pulled some strings to silence her, like getting her arrested. Yeah, you heard that right. Last year, they arrested Jaguar and kept her in jail for days because she failed to return a U-Haul truck that she rented. Now, I don't know about y'all, but everyone knows at least one person who failed to return a U-Haul truck, and they definitely didn't get arrested for it, let alone kept in prison for days. This was clearly a warning from the elites to get Jaguar to stop talking, but baby, that didn't stop her from continuing to spill the tea.
You know, every time I've been arrested for something that I didn't do, and yet nobody said, but did he get arrested finally and get the book ready to be thrown at his very, very, very dance? Y'all watch me get arrested there just for bringing Gene Deal to town.
Jaguar specifically recalled the time when several armed men broke into Kat's house while he was sleeping to unalive him. It's still uncertain exactly how Kat escaped the situation, but according to Jaguar, Kat was so scared and traumatized that he used to wear Kevlar to sleep every night. Now, for those of you who don't know what Kevlar is, it's a form of bulletproof vest. Can y'all imagine how scared someone has to be for them to wear a whole bulletproof vest to sleep every single night? That's insane. Apart from him having to look over his shoulder 24/7, that will almost take a massive toll on his mental health.
And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Kat was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on. In bed.
Jaguar actually did an interview recently and she didn't hold back from blasting everyone for ignoring Ali when she tried to warn us about what was going on in the industry.
When Ali Carter came back and, also addressed it. On a good face, I tried to say all the right things. I tried not to compromise everybody. I tried. And guess what?
At what moment did it not work? Like, were you like, man? Fuck.
Sitting with my son's corpse. For what was the question that loomed about my mind? For what?
Jack, can I ask you, when we see you working with the Roots, you got a Coca-Cola commercial, your album's coming out, you're on Song Cry with Jay-Z for the MTV Unplugged.
I was on the whole show.
Yeah, at what point?
Thank God, Mary sucks.
Where did the train stop? Like, at what moment did you feel like either you removed yourself or you were removed?
The second that I decided I had to walk away, because I knew if I stayed, I was gonna either be unalived or have to unalive. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's gonna start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with no response. Isn't that what we've seen happen ever since I did Piers Morgan?
So as y'all can see, Ali isn't the first to get hunted down by the people she's exposing. This is something they do to everyone who tries to speak on the nasty things they do. But one thing about Jaguar and Ali are they're never gonna stop talking. As usual, people have their own thoughts, like this person who said, Ali Carter has been talking. She is just now being recognized by big creators. Need to do a little research. She don't make money. Truth doesn't cost anything. Another person said, Ali is not fake. She doesn't ask supporters for a dime and she always turns the attention back around to the children going through this ritual abuse. So you gotta find another way to try and discredit her. And she has big receipts. But now I wanna know your thoughts. What do you think about Ali almost losing her life to all this? And do y'all think she's gonna continue escaping the attempts to take her out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.